We ready?
Yes.
All right. All right. Can everybody see me? Can everybody hear me? I want to make sure that I am seen and heard on the screen. I'm still seeing the video.
Yay, we hear you and see you.
All right, all right. Welcome to the 29th annual Southern Fried Regional Poetry Slam, the virtual edition. My name is Steph Love, and I will be your host this evening. I do want to get into the MC spiel, so here it goes. At Southern Fried, we believe Black Lives Matter. We support and believe in the rights of our LGBTQ community, and we believe every person should have equal access to living their best lives physically, spiritually, and artistically. We encourage you to be respectful of everyone's identity and remember that every person on this stage has equal value. At Southern Fried, we judge poems, not people. Tonight, you will see 4 teams of poets and 2 independent poets from the Southeast and beyond competing for a chance to get onto the final stage this Saturday afternoon for the indies and Saturday night for the teams. If you are present in the Zoom bout, please make sure to mute your mics and turn your cameras off when you are not performing. Judges, we ask that your cameras remain on during the poems. This bout is attended by poets who are logging in from around the world, so please give their poetry your love and undivided attention. In a poetry slam, there is no music, there are no costumes or props, and each poet will be performing original work. Poems may be up to 3 minutes long, but after a 10-second grace period, the performer loses points for going over time. They will lose half a point. You may see groups of poets performing team pieces. This is normal and encouraged. We have pre-selected judges this year, and they are Sunny, Ephraim, Pinto, Kimberly Shaw, and the Joe. All right. They are not affiliated with the poets performing tonight, but we are excited to find out what they think. These judges are our poetry experts tonight, but feel free to use the chat to let the judges know whether you agree with them or not. You can also use the reaction buttons to show support for the poem. If you're joining us via live stream, leave us comments, use your emojis, feel free to interact with us on social media and share with your friends. Judges, don't let the audience sway you tonight. You are the experts. If you like the poetry you hear tonight, we will post their contact information so that you can purchase their merchandise. Southern Fried merchandise is available on our website, and tickets to Final Stage can also be purchased through Eventbrite. We would love to have you join us as these poets battle for the 2021.
Can you all hear me? Because I can't hear you.
Yes. Can you hear me?
You guys can hear me. Okay.
Yes. Yes. All right. Almost done with the spiel, guys. All right. So before we get the slam going, we need to have a calibration poem. But before I do that, I do want to make sure that I have all of my judges present and accounted for. I see 4 judges. We got our, can our 5th judge turn on their camera? Make sure that we're here. Want to make sure. All right. Okay. All right, there we go. All right. So before we get the slam going, we need to have a calibration poem. This poet is not a part of the competition, but will be judged just the same. Judges, you may use this poet's score as your baseline of reference for the poems you will judge during the bout. So without further ado, let's spill this blood. So please welcome to this virtual stage, Lady S.
Mic check.
Good to go.
Many ask what the S is for. Sophisticated, smart, sexy, but for this poem, you can call me Sarah. Sarah with statopignia. Sarah Botman, to be exact. And statopignia is extra fat from the buttocks to the knees. Englishmen labeled this a disease. I have an elongated labia because wise women were teaching me about sex long before Victoria had secrets. Back when Pandora came out of boxes and not closets, we put in work to make sure our women squirt. But they shamed us, renamed us, my mother and father in their grave. They put me in a cage before do not feed the bear signs were please feed the nigger signs, cage designs, and a rearrange in income. Where the hell did 34 million white people come from to view my bare back? White women screaming, disgusting. I don't want a butt like that. I was put in a cage, sold to an animal trainer, a human exhibits negotiator, a nigger zoo. I was put behind bars to entertain you, made to dance in a leaf. I had a baby, its stay here was brief as we both cried, I'll just see you next lifetime. Because in this lifeline, these lights were too sublime, but oh, so much better than nighttime. When white men doubled back to feel this bubble in my back. Elongated Libya. I was extra sensitive to their touch as they rushed, they thrust, they bust, they fucking raped me.
Oh, hold on, I'm sorry. Lady S, so I'm sorry. We do have a judge that is having sound issues.
Okay.
So I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to do this. But we do want to make sure that our judges are listening. So we just want to give it like a few seconds before we get the thumbs up from Sunny. But yeah, in the meantime, hey everybody, hey everyone, we will be jumping into this. We will. Sunny, were you all good? Or are you okay? You're good now. Okay. All right.
Sorry, y'all. My apologies.
No worries at all. All right. So if it's okay, can we restart the sacrificial poem? Is that okay to do? Want to hear the whole thing again? Scorekeeper says. So, all right, then I think we should just go ahead and restart it. All right, let's do it.
Many ask what the S is for. Sophisticated, smart, sexy. But for this poem, you can call me Sarah. Sarah with statopignia. Sarah Botman to be exact, and statopignia is extra fat from the buttocks to the knees. Englishmen labeled this a disease. I have an elongated labia because wise women were teaching us about sex before Victoria had secrets. Back when Pandora came out of boxes and not closets. We put in work to make sure our women knew how to squirt, but they shamed us, renamed us my mother and father in their grave. They put me in a cage before. Do not feed the bear signs were please feed the nigger signs, cage designs, and a rearrange in income. Where the hell did 34 million white people come from to view my bare back? White women screaming, disgusting. I don't want a butt like that. I was put in a cage, sold to an animal trainer, a human exhibits negotiator, a nigger zoo. I was put behind bars to entertain you, made to dance in a leaf. I had a baby. Its stay here was brief as we both cried. I'll just see you next lifetime. Because in this lifeline, these lights were too sublime, but so much better than nighttime, when white men would double back to feel this bubble in my back. I had an elongated Lydia, extra sensitive to the touch as they rushed, they thrust, they bust, they fucking raped me. Then returned to the zoo in the morning with family to berate me. This life I was given was too tough. So they still don't know if it was smallpox, syphilis, or a broken heart. At age 26, I had enough. But whoever said it's all over when you die is a fucking lie. In 1815, they pickled me like a cucumber and put me on display. Scientists started studying how to get white women's butt this way. Studies that were not done until Hitler was done with the Jews. People came from England and Paris too to see how they can look like Jenny walking around that block. And now they got Kim and Chloe dancing and dashing in assets I was told were just ass facts. I was stunned and labeled a disease to have extra fat from the buttocks to the knees. Now, look at these video vixen, TVs, stealing my likeness without permission. So what is the S for? Maybe it's the scar, the sickness, or the sadness, maybe the size. Maybe it's at the end of Hottentots taken away from home, but wait, don't let your cell phone run. Because we went from cages to likes on pages. Now, the only empirical evidence that will ever let you know that I was here is your Snapchat, your Instagram. Follow me. I am Lady S. But for this poem, just call me Sarah Botman, AKA Miss S. Booty. Thank you.
All right, y'all, give it up for Lady S. One time. All right, I do have to make an announcement. We lost Judge 4. So we did not want to interrupt you this time, Lady S, but we did have Judge 4 leave. So I do need to consult with my bout manager if it is okay to take the 3 lowest scores to calibrate the judges. But I do want to ask, is the 4th judge in the waiting room? Or 3 highest, or three lowest, 3 highest.
The 4th judge is not in the waiting room, and the bout manager will ask the slam masters what she needs to ask them.
Okay.
Yeah, slam masters just need to confirm that it's okay to proceed forward with 4 judges and drop the low. All right, that's 1. All right, 2, B, C, A and B, where you guys at? Not for the whole. All right. So yeah.
Okay.
Confirm that's a no, Bama slam, Bama slam, Bama slam.
Yeah, that's a no for Bama Slam. No,
Okay, so-
and as well as a detour.
So no for them.
So half and half.
All right,
Okay,
now-
then we need to find a 5th
Yeah.
judge.
Speaking
Okay.
of the VC now, I'll be on it, but we're now 50 minutes behind. So I just want to keep in mind for the judges that I do have, I don't want to lose another judge, guys, but I'm working on it as the VC.
All right. So we definitely need a fifth judge. Do we want to? Y'all tell me. I'm just here, guys. I'm here to keep things going.
All right, hold please.
Is it possible to do one round with just 4 judges until she gets the 5th judge?
She's back. She's back. She's back.
Oh, she's back. Okay. So we got our 5 judges. That's a yes. All right, got our 5 judges. I got the okay from the bout manager. Yes.
The name is updated.
All right. So then just for the sacrificial round, we'll just take the 3 highest scores for the sacrificial poet then.
Good to go.
Good to go on that. Okay, so 3 highest scores. Cool, just for sacrifice. All right, cool. All right. All right, so then the 4 judges that did hear this poem, please put your scores in the chat so we can see them. All right, okay, we got 3. Waiting on 1 more. Okay, we got 4. So from low to high, we have an 8. We have a 9.2. We have a 9.3. And we have our very first 10 of the evening. Y'all clap it up for Lady S. We will announce her cumulative score before or after round 1 gets started. So with that being said, can we go ahead and get this thing going? Is Team A ready? Team A Detour Slam, can you tell me in the chat who you are sending up? Groupies. All right, y'all clap Detour Slam up to the virtual stage. Let's go.
Hello, mic check. Hello.
Good to go.
So we noticed the new trend is for y'all to get on social media,
Poke your chest out,
then frantically type about things you know nothing about, and to have the audacity to open your mouth and fix your lips to say, I am not my ancestors.
As if that's something to be proud of. We realize that your reverence for our struggles is at an all-time low.
And we were sent as representatives.
So on behalf of all your ancestors, we wanted to take the time to say,
shut the
hell up. Just look at it like this. When we faced injustice, we were quick to hit the street, but when y'all get angry, y'all hit a blue button just to tweet. So listen, we are not the same.
How y'all gonna crop us out the picture when we're the reason your generation even has the frame?
It's ironic how y'all look down on us while simultaneously
standing on our shoulders.
Y'all wouldn't have any barracks to cling to if we weren't there to move those
boulders. Imagine the life you would have if we didn't
openly embrace death. When we planted seeds that we intended y'all to cultivate, we didn't anticipate that y'all would deviate from the goal of liberation.
When we planted seeds to keep y'all from
physical and mental plantations, we didn't expect y'all to grow up and be nuts. Word to George Washington Carver.
We're filled with frustration because our sacrifices have held y'all up like a garter. The aggravation comes because
y'all don't realize your ancestors have always been your armor. Your history is written in the blood of your martyrs. So don't you know, when you speak down on your ancestors, you're essentially lynching their legacy. So how in the hell can Ida be well when you disregard the toil or the blood in the soil by trivializing the trauma and sending this spiritual hate mail?
So no, you are not your ancestors. Y'all don't got enough Kwame Ture because you're too infatuated with Kanye, and we don't care what he say. Y'all need more Harriet in your heart.
Y'all don't got enough Crispus Attucks in your chunks, not enough George Jackson in your Jordans, not enough Toussaint on your tones. Y'all are clinging to Candace Owens when you need more Shirley Chisholms. You completely lose it if you were to ever lose us. All your Sundays will be bloody if you never had
an Amelia Boyd
or John Lewis. Yet this is how y'all choose to do us. We thought our blood and sacrifice was enough for y'all to figure it out. But it's clear this generation needs a Madam C.J. Walker to cross those ruby bridges we built for y'all, because this generation needs to be straightened out.
Some of y'all's activism is so sickly it needs Robitussin. The ignorance on y'all tongues is enough to get us cussing. We don't need no more social media warriors. We need more Bayard Rustin.
How can y'all claim to want revolution when y'all don't even move smartly? Y'all got a little Black Panther in your cinema, but not enough Black Panther in your parties. We didn't just die for your rights. We were killed so that you may live.
And it doesn't matter how much money, acclaim, or fame you acquire during the course of your physical life,
because justice and liberation are both priceless. And since you're in the midst of a crisis, how will you answer when you transition into the next lifetime and the rest of your ancestors ask you what you did with their sacrifices? Thank you.
Y'all give it up for Detour Slam. All right, judges. All right, we need your scores in the chat. And while the judges are getting their scores together, the score that I have for our sacrificial poet.
Yep, give it to me. Give it to me. Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
All right. Okay.
Steph, do you want me to give you the score, or can you see the spreadsheet?
I cannot see the spreadsheet.
Okay, the score for the sacrifice poet was a 28.5.
All right, 28.5. I believe there was a time penalty on the sack. Is that right?
That should
be
there.
There was. I did not type that in.
Okay, yeah, there was a time penalty. The time on the sacrificial poet was 3:23. So that means it's a whole point. So that means 27.5 for the sacrificial poet. Yes, you rat bastard, you ruined it for everyone, but it was well worth it, because it always is well worth it. Now I want to make sure that I have Detour Slam's scores. So from low to high, let me make sure that I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, from low to high, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a 9. We have another 9. We have a 9.5. We have a 9.6. And we have a 9.7. Clap it up for Detour Slam. All right. And we will announce their score after the next team goes. So Team B, Bama Slam, who you sending up? All right, y'all. Y'all welcome to this virtual stage, Jerry Hardesty.
Hello, can you hear me?
Can hear you, yes.
Can you see me? Can you see me?
No,
No?
I can't see you.
You gotta switch me out of the spotlight. Hold on.
Can you see me now?
I cannot see you, but you are in the spotlight.
I'm not having, hold on. Wait. No. Sorry.
We can see you now, Jerry.
Okay, sorry, technical issues. Hello. You poets, you got the sun in your mouths.
Oh no, Jerry.
Okay, I'll try that again. It said the host muted me. Am I okay now?
Yes, try that again.
So sorry. You poets, you got the sun in your mouths, corona lips split, releasing tongues of fire, spitting solar flare similes and molten core metaphors that transform the shadow terrors of night into daylight. I have seen Phoenix rise flaming from the ashes of burnt childhoods, smoldered in the hellfires of apocalyptic memories, now leap from asbestos mouths on stage and soar shining sparks around the room, illuminating the dark places in ignorant minds, igniting the blazes in kindred kindling hearts, and warming frozen spirits into motion. You poets, you got the moon in your bellies. Orbs of unearthly light undulate like the tides around bodies luminescent, inspiring daydreams and night schemes, romantic swooning and lovesick crooning, the reflected brilliance and silent nocturnal rhythms of humanity's earliest awareness, fancy fantasy things that stir in places unseen, ancient and existing beyond the bright of day, revealed only in moonbeams. And it's like giving birth sometimes, from the visceral pleasure of conception, inspiration seed pressed deep in fertile soil, the growth and waiting of gestation, words coagulating, dividing, multiplying, ripening to their proper time, the contractions of expulsion. And though the pen has always been called a phallic symbol, I claim it is a birth canal, ink the spilled blood in this labor of love that brings forth these poems, delivered onto white sheets into strangers' hands, umbilical severed and left to stand on their own. You poets, you got the stars in your eyes. Comets dance and planets align, and gazes that see the world through a cosmic mind. I have seen them draw down the sparkling dust of space and construct constellations before us on stage. Here's my child. Does she measure up? I have seen them playing connect the dots in the heavens, finger tracings painting 1,000 words of enlightenment. I have seen them peer at the twilight map of sky, point to a distant space waiting for your own unique imprint saying you are here. And you all have the power of poetry within you, everyone here tonight. You got the sun in your mouths whenever you speak the light of beauty and truth, revealing your own radiant glow. You got the moon in your bellies whenever you bring forth something luminous and wondrous into this world. You got the stars in your eyes whenever you see things as they are and imagine them as they could become. So when your moment arrives and you find yourself on your spotlight stage in everyday life, just relax. Take a deep breath and push. Thank you.
Y'all clap it up for Jerry Hardesty. All right, judges. What you got? Let's see it in the chat. All right, we are in time, 2:43. All right. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we got our five scores. I just want to make a comment that I finally pulled up the spreadsheet to make life easier for me so I can read scores low from high. Oh, we just doing stuff over here. All right. So, all right. Just waiting for these. So from low to high, we have an 8.5. We have a 9. Oh, wait. Are we gonna allow the it looks like were you not finished typing your score, Sunny? Okay. Thank you for confirming that. Okay. All right. So want to make sure that we have the scores incorrectly. So scorekeeper, we have all of our scores. We're good. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So really fast for Detour Slam, they had a total of 28.1. Clap it up for the score and the poet and the score. So for Jerry Hardesty, from low to high, we have an 8.5. We have a 9. We have a 9.1. We have a 9.4 and a 9.4, giving us a total score of 27.5. Clap for the poet, not the score. All right, we're gonna keep this thing going. We just working through stuff. This is the virtual world. So gonna keep things going. Team C, St. Louis Slam, they are sending up free. Y'all clap it up for free.
Hello. Did you know that depression and anxiety looks different for a Black boy? From the womb, we start our traumatic journey. When you don't understand our behavior, you just diagnose it What you try to name is our hyper-protest of the trauma we can't talk about, so we laugh and joke our depression under our smiles, only to cry alone in the dark, silently breaking from the weight of expectation crushing our backs. Black boy, be tough. Black boy, don't cry. Black boy, be a punching bag until it's time to knock a nigga out. Black boy, be a man. We expect you to lead this family. Now dunk like LeBron, catch like Julio, write like Martin, and speak like Malcolm. Black boy, stop crying. Black boy, be tough. Black boy, be a diamond, because we are pressuring you. Pick 3. Prison casket or nothing. It's depressing to be held in a prison of expectation for burning your emotions in a casket of numbness, but not keeping everyone's hope alive. So you rub your hands together, hoping to press life into the chest of their dead ambitions. But how is a boy supposed to take care of adults who have yet to grow up, yet to see that a child's job is to be young, wild, and free, not to get out of the hood scheme? That's why they teach us to be hard, to feel nothing, to grow concrete over your skin, forge iron around your heart, and weld your tear ducts, like Baldwin said. To be black and conscious in America is to constantly be in a state of rage, and we're constantly looking over our shoulders. We're constantly seizing up because red and blue lights dancing over sirens is triggering. Constantly in fight or flight. Anxiety is our best friend, and depression is the ex we always go back to. So I fight because running is for the weak. I fight for my respect. I fight to be heard. I fight for my confessions not to be thrown in my face. I fight to get out of bed, to admit that I'm not okay, to admit that I need you. Now I'm fighting to tell you that I'm tired of fighting. So I run, hoping to find a safe space where I don't have to run anymore. A place where my tears are as valuable as LeBron's dunk, Julio's catch, Martin's writings, and Malcolm's speeches, you know. A place where someone can tell me, hey, black boy, here, thank you.
All right, y'all clap it up for free. All right, okay. All right, so we waiting on our judges now, waiting on the scores. We are in time, we are at 1:53. All right. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so from low to high, we have a 9.2. We have a 9.4. We have a 9.5. We got a 9.6. We got a 9.8 with a total score of 28.5. Y'all clap for the poet, not the score. All right. And just like that, we are down to our final team in the first round. Secret City Slam, Team D, who you sending up? Did I miss it? Did I miss it in the chat? Let me make sure that I didn't miss it.
They sent it to me on accident. Oh.
All right. All right, y'all clap it up for Taria.
Hello. Message. The blues crowns the struggle. Skies hold birds. The streets know wordsmiths, measurements, herbalists, teachers, and they all got the news. Be yourself, Kingsbird, be yourself. They all chant different hues of trauma. The brave hunt you down, trying to catch up to the song like harp for Saul. The law, be yourself, Kingsbird, be yourself. They all chant. Our nation is still trying to calculate the right amount of people to grant liberty and justice for all. How many hands up before this peace? How many posters lost? How much blood pouring into the congregations, into the clubs, into the streets, full of birds' message? They all chant, be yourself, be yourself. Cancer coming, shooting stars are amongst the messengers running, quick fly, recover the wings. Flutter freedom rings like air passing when you hum that one song. When you sing that one song that keeps you flying, freedom is singing. Kingsbird. Soft and swift as your wings, bullets bellow bass lines, and we sing, we shall overcome. We groove and shall not be moved. The rhythm sounds like spirituals, hieroglyphics underneath tracking the progress. Are we there yet? The fearlessness in the cage. Do birds sing when they are afraid? I am trying to figure it out, but we've got to move. The cage is full of dreams, and we've got to move. They all chant, and they all got the news. The sirens, the horns revealing these breakthroughs, these songs, these wings of miracles taking canopies, prayers peeling layers, and loving memories, lighters, feather, flock to see you fly. Message. What year is this? The violence, the marching, the boycotts, aggression, boxing birds into societal norms, big brothers watching, reform, reform, the news sounds like battlefields and we all got the news. The station, the static, is that you in the attic praising in the name of liberation, praising in the name of liberation. Kingsbird, there's a show on the news and we all got it. Oh my God, we all got it. Kingsbird, fly. And I don't know why that's important, but we all need to hear you sing. Message. Thank you.
All right, y'all clap it up for Taria. All right, all right. All right, with a time of 2:24. All right, so now we need our judges' scores. That rhymed because I do poetry. You're also going to hear some bad jokes in between. So hope you're ready for it. All right, so we got 3, got 4, and 5. All right. All right. So from low to high, we have an 8.7. We have a 9. We have a 9.4. We got a 9.7. And we got a motherfucking 10. Giving us a total score of 28.1. Clap for the poet, not the score. And just like that, we are done with round 1. So now we are going to jump into round 2 to keep this thing going. Let's see. All right, so we are starting round 2 off with Team B, Bama Slam. Who you sending up? Who you sending up? And there's also gonna be jingles in between stuff because yeah. Bama Slam. All right. Please welcome to the virtual stage, Millennial Hissy Fit.
Test. Weights lifting, weight down, weight strangling, weights crushing. Weights are mental health, and I do the heavy lifting, keep lifting. Society says weights are not a valid excuse to stay in bed for days, weeks, months at a time. Society says no matter how much you lift, here is some more, and don't you dare drop the fucking bar. Society is a ripped as fuck, CrossFit junkie, personal trainer, and they keep adding weight, keep adding weight, keep adding weight. The bar is too heavy. You are straining, but you smile because it's not noticeable. You enjoy this because it's all you have known. Keep lifting. Government says weights are fake news. Government says weights establish a pre-existing condition and are not covered in your insurance plan. Government says the people calm down. Government doesn't acknowledge the number of people weights kill. You wish to become one of those numbers, but are too scared of what will happen if you do. You hate this because it is all you have known. Keep lifting. Brain says you are worthless. Brain says you are unloved. You are unlovable. Brain says let the weight fall, let the weight crush. Brain continues on a path of destruction as volatile as a nuclear atom. You wait for the mushroom cloud. You continue because it is all you have known. Keep lifting. You're a failure. Keep lifting. You are nothing. Keep lifting. You are a burden to others. Keep lifting. Weights are supposed to help keep the weighted thoughts at bay, society says. Not realizing the weights are eternal. Weights are a figment of your cracked mind, government says. Not realizing that they are the ones pushing the bar down. Weights are something everyone deals with, so don't emphasize your weakness, brain says, not realizing weights seem lighter when talked about. Keep lifting, keep lifting, keep lifting, keep, stop. Stop lifting and just breathe. Thank you.
Y'all clap it up for Millennial Hissy Fits. All right. All right, judges. We need your scores. The time was a 2:32, so we are good on time there. All right. Waiting on our scores. We just waiting on the scores. We got 1 so far, 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. All right. All right. From low to high, we have an 8.2. We have another 8.2. We got an 8.7. We got a 9.3. And we have a 9.4 with a total score of 26.2. Clap for the poet, not the score. All right. Team C, St. Louis Poetry Slam, who you sending up? All right, we're sending up a group poem, group piece. All right, I'll clap them up to the stage, virtual stage. All right, we're bringing up the group piece. Bringing up St. Louis Poetry Slam. Group piece.
1 second.
All right, 1 second.
Naruto is the story of a boy in a ninja world. His father sealed a demon in him when he was a baby.
This same demon destroyed his village, killed his parents, and made him the outcast of his community.
Anime is much more than manga coming alive. More than fictitious fantasy feeling fragile egos. It teaches, for example,
1, the village sees your demon before they see you.
One time I grinned at a lady. She crossed the street before she crossed me.
I must have been in my Sly Fox form. She saw Kurama in my smile.
Told me to lose the fangs, not to show my teeth. They remind you of its destruction.
Like remember its presence and power. Call your anger demonic possession. Your body a cursed vessel.
That 9-tailed demon lashes the back of the village.
Scarred land and scarred hearts live in the cemetery of memories. They see that spirit of hate alive and well enough to drop bodies again.
Shaking their heads because you're your father's son. Like he sealed that Kurama.
You mean depression in that boy, but it's not your fault alone. Isolation is home because you are the living trigger of everyone's trauma.
And judgment is your native tongue.
Perception is your greatest ally.
And you become the strongest ninja in the world to prove.
2, your demon doesn't define you.
I am less teeth and more of my father's burden.
You are not what you inherit.
Sadness and mood swings.
You didn't ask to have a permanent guest.
Nor did depression choose to make you home.
Make you sanctuary and altar, a walking incantation.
Worthless is your mantra.
Lack of drive fuels your appetite. Low energy fuels your isolation.
Isolation repeats lack of interest like looping songs you don't sing because you can't concentrate.
The sound of suicide's tap on your shoulder is too loud of a whisper.
3, the toughest battle you fight is you. Knowing your depression exists is half the battle.
Understanding its power may mean that you lose yourself in the process.
It is always ready to possess you.
Lingering in the darkest corner of your smile, waiting for you to slip.
But broken crayon still color.
Shattered mirrors still reflect.
And broken ground grows flowers.
The world sees your mask, not the scars, not the wounds or the bruises. They will only see when you lose, when the spells you cast with your fingers didn't work,
when your chakra is low and you can't save them. Shadow clone jutsu into split personalities.
Into all the reasons why you can't win, but you push past the pain and find your power. Push past the doubt and remember. Remember those who see beyond the demon, who saw your strength, who saw your yang and brought you yin. For the darker light, you have purpose and your depression isn't the end of you. You are strong despite your weakness. weaknesses, which is to say, regardless of how your world cracks, you are not your faults. Your story must go on. You are so valuable. You are so valuable. You are so valuable. Much more than you even know. Cause like Naruto, when you conquer yourself, you will save the world. Now believe it.
All right, y'all. Clap it up for St. Louis Poetry Slam group piece. All right. With a time of 2:29. All right, judges, what you got? Let's see what you got, judges. All right, we got one judge, two, 3, 4, and 5. We got a 5. All right. Got our 5 judges. All right. So from low to high, we have a 9.1. We have a 9.3. We have a 9.5. We have a 9.7. And we got a motherfucking 10. With a total score of 28.5. Clap for the poet, not the score. All right. Secret City Slam. Who you sending up? Secret City. All right, y'all, welcome to the virtual stage, Drew.
Hello, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
When people ask, why'd you become a teacher? I tell them, I always loved gardening. I tell them, I've never been afraid to roll up my sleeves and put my hands in the plow. I tell them, my students are flowers. And it's my job to see them grow into whatever Mother Nature has called them to be. I tell them my classroom is a creation story, a botanical garden. On Monday, we start with a seed, but on Friday, watch out because there will be a rainforest. I tell them I don't know all the answers, but I think the best gardeners don't either. I think it's just a thing of intentionality. Some gardeners teach from a book, while others listen to how the soil breathes. Some gardeners think all students are a monolith, while the best gardeners relish the opportunity to meet each plant's individual needs. I tell them I do this because I grew up in spaces that were never invested in seeing me grow. I tell them I've been in schools that felt like food deserts and classrooms that felt like wastelands and teachers whose language was famine and racism being the native tongue, which always happened to dance on the ears of Black and brown students the most. I tell them, do you know what it feels like to be a Black and brown student in a white education system? In this American portrait that whitewashes out the experiences of color, how ironic. We find all these seeds falling in between the cracks, slipping into America's pocket. Is that nothing but a pipeline, a trash can disposal, vacuuming out all the seeds the education system don't want and handing them over to the prison industrial complex, or worse, the fucking police? I tell them I started replaying individual education plans with IEP with TLC because 1, you shouldn't have to beg, period. And 2, it shouldn't be a chore to give each plant what they need to individually succeed. But yet here we are out here in these streets. Here we are out here protesting in front of these buildings. And here we are enraged that some seeds are still falling between the cracks of the Department of Education, better known as the DOE. I got a student named Jasmaya who's been out of school way before online learning. She's been out of school way before COVID-19 was a thing. She's been out of school for 3 years, and that's 3 years far too long in my book, and this poem ain't even a poem no more. It's a battle cry, a demand that we see Jasmaya as a garden, that we honor the rainforest in her palms, the river in her blood, because it's my responsibility as the teacher, right? Yes, and it's our responsibility as the community members, right? Yes, and it's our responsibility to hold the Department of Education accountable and to make sure this plant, like so many others, have everything, have every single thing that they need to finally grow. Thank you.
All right, y'all. Y'all clap it up for Drew Drake. All right. Let's see. All right, with the time of 2:36, and now we need our judges' scores. All right, so we got 3 judges. We got 4. We got 5. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, from low to high, we have a 9.8.
Oh, low, Mr. Low. Oh, snap.
Wait. Oh wait. Okay. Okay. I think Drew Drake, you're still unmuted. So all right. So from low to high, we have a 9.8. We have another 9.8. We got another 9.8. And then we got a 10 and a motherfucking 10 with a total score of 29.6. Clap for the poet, not the score. All right. And now our final team in the second round, Team A, Detour Slam. Who you sending up? All right, just waiting in the car. All right, y'all clap up Letitia to the stage, virtual stage.
Hello, mic check, mic check. Hello, are we good? Can y'all hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
But we can't see you.
Southern boys love their women in a different type of way. He must have seen too many masters in the prime of his making. Fertilized and carried in the belly of the middle past his puberty of Southern boys was defined by abuse. He reenacts the master's abuse, whips and lashes as justification of his manhood. Now ain't he out his cotton picking mind? See, this man came from cotton fields and plantations. A time where the white man's shoes was the only thing he could look up to because the eyes of the black and my land could never meet. So the boy comes to the city, must fight for his manhood back. He abuses so many substances and smokes pipes for dreams. And after rehab, he relaxed. He didn't know how dope he was until he overdosed and he beats his first wife into divorce before his first 3 kids turn 18. They never knew their father well enough, so they're envious of his last 2 offspring. He relaxes back to smoking pipes for dreams. Though he can make a career out of driving the white man buses, but backseat driving will never be the same, because didn't they say, get your ass to the back of the bus? And Southern boy lashes out and beats his second wife into submission. She bearing a runaway son and a daughter who looks so much like me. See, master would know how to handle his runaway slaves, but my father does not know how to love his runaway son. Master be ready to sell his prized daughter of a possession to the best man paying. He beats women into the illusions of white weddings and maternity and teaches them, when you are on your knees, bed sheets feel so much like cotton. You can pick as much as you can. To Southern boys love their women in a different type of way. They beat the black off them into the white meat show, confusing the white meat for white masses. Southern boy continues to beat white meat until it turns to black asses, until black and blues turn into black skin. Black and blues must have been my mother's favorite color. She wore well like skin, shedding tears like a snake. Her mother only taught her about the birds and bees. She must have forgotten about the Southern boys that would be lurking in the forest and the trees. See, city man had the patience of a pulled pin grenade in the middle of a war zone. His last nerve was in a mind that was accidentally stepped on. He had a dynamite temper, seconds away from detonation, with fire pit eyes that a harsh glance will cause cremation. See, love at first sight never burned as much as salt poured onto open wounds on backs, for where masters lashes parted red seas on skin. Love could not be as strong as a knot in a noose, because love was nothing more than a 4-letter word that Southern boy better not be able to spell, because master has no need but death for the educated. And that's why Southern boys love their women dumb, mute, speechless, unable to speak up, like a runaway son to his father, runaway slave to his master. Southern boy has mastered the abstract art of being a master, and love could never mimic slavery more than this. Thank you.
All right, y'all clap it up for Letitia. All right. Okay, just waiting on the time to come in. All right, 302. All right, and now we need our judges' scores. We got 1, 2, 3. Got 4, 5. All right, from low to high, we have a 9. We have another 9. We have a 9.1. We have a 9.3 and a 9.4 with a total score of 27.4. Clap for the poet, not the score. You see how that rhymed? I'm poet sometimes. See, I did it again. All right. And just like that, we are done with round 2. And now we are going to bring up our very first indie poet of this bout. So without further ado, y'all clap them up to this virtual stage. Give it up for Celia, the poets.
Hello? Hello?
Yep, we can hear you.
Black girls don't cry over spilled milk. We clean up the mess, drink the rest, and pour more in the cup. Black girls cry over black bodies spilled on concrete streets. Black girls give their tears to rebirth a new generation. You know, black girls try to love themselves. Black girls only notice unless there's a problem. Black girls are treated like a problem instead of the solution. You know, black girls are the solution to the problem. Black girls don't ever know the problem, but always end up being the solution. You know, black girls smile until their pain goes away. Womanhood is always in front of your back. I mean, black womanhood is a shadow we never see, but always hear about, like black justice, black girls, right? Poems on their skin and nobody ever noticed the difference. Black girls don't know they are black girls until someone tells them about beaten on the ground. Black girls know how to walk towards her future. Black girls grow up living in a country that glorifies black culture, but will not hesitate to pull the trigger. Black girls already know how to be woman before learning how to stay black. Know how to hold Uncle Sam in her arms with his bloody tears falling down her spine before asking to take care of his children. Black women is the reason why there has not been a war. America, you keep killing our boys and men, so we might have to start bringing your cotton fields and tobacco plants. America, don't come for us with your bullets and law legislations. Black women built this country and we can tear it back down. Black women kept looking for her voice, but she kept swallowing her tongue. Black women didn't know what she sounded like until she opened her mouth for the first time. She sounded like spilled milk, splattered across the country, every state losing their states of mind in a black woman revolution. And black girls will not be there to clean up the mess this time. And refuse to pour more in the cup because black women showed them crying over spilled milk will not stop the oppression, will not change the fact that you are still woman in colored skin. You still bleed everywhere, even when you don't want to. You still carry history on your back and never get a trending post of appreciation. Thank you.
All right, y'all clap it up for Celia, the poet. All right. Time is 2:27. Now we just need to hear from our judges. Just got to hear from all 5 of our judges. The chat has been going crazy. Shout outs to everybody who is, watching in YouTube land and also in the Zoom. We just having a good time up in here. All right. So we got 3, 4. Do we have a 5? 5. All right. So from low to high, we have a 9. We have another 9. We got a 9.2, another 9.2, and a 9.3 with a total score of 27.4. Clap for the poet, not the score. You see, I rhymed again. Bad jokes. All right, this is the point in the slam where we do offer a break. Now, for the sake of time, because we did get started a little bit late, I do want to ask, do we still need this time to take a little 5-minute breather? I want to ask my judges if are we good? You don't want to take a break? Is that the thumbs up to not take a break, or we can keep going, or you need a break? Because we can do bathroom breaks. We need a break. That's the thumbs up to take a break. All right, we are going to take a little bit of an intermission. This is 5 minutes. You have 5 minutes starting now to use the bathroom. We will resume at 10:38. That's Eastern Standard Time. And I'll just make some, quick announcements. Yeah. After this, I believe it's the Nerd Slam tonight, which I'm very excited about. Also, don't forget that, it's a whole software called the Echo, a whole virtual world where we can really interact as like Sims characters and climb a lighthouse and, drive a speedboat and, do all sorts of cool stuff and, in a virtual world outside of Zoom. Yeah. So don't forget about that. Let's see. We got, Shadow said, meet him in the Echo. I'm definitely going to jump in the Echo. I think I'm going to watch a Nerd Slam from the Echo. I think that's what I'm going to do this time. Which means I have to switch computers because, backup devices, all that other good stuff. Let's see what else we got going on. I know we got the erotic open mic happening tomorrow night after all of the bouts are over with. Then Friday night, I know we got the head-to-head haiku death match, one of my favorite events at Southern Fried. I do want to shout out the winner of our Slam Masters Slam last night, the reigning champion, Slangston Hughes. Also, there is also, check the website for the digital swag bag that was sent out today. There's a lot of cool things in there, some discounts, things that you can purchase. Also, I do know that there are some contests. I think there's like a moon pie contest, and I believe an RC Cola contest. I want to reread these because I don't know. But I'm also told that I should shout myself out for being a featured poet on SouthernFriedPoetrySlam.com. It's an honor. I gotta say, it's definitely an honor to be a featured poet. And check out the website though, SoFriedPoetry.com. We put a lot of work into it. There's a lot of great information. Somebody asked, are the scores from yesterday posted? I do believe, let's see, scores are tabulated, but we want to double check the maths before posting because math, valid, so valid. We want to make sure that the math is mathing correctly, because when that math is not mathing correctly, it's hell. It's not fun. It's not fun. All right. And just like that, we got 2 more minutes left on our 5-minute break. But yeah, math does make the world go round. And yeah, we got to count the things. We got to count the things. So, let's see what else. I want to shout out everyone who is helping out with this bout right now. We got our timekeeper and our scorekeeper, our tech manager, bout manager, all of the managers. And also our sacrificial poet. Lady S says, if shouting yourself out is weird, I will give you a shout out. Also, shout out to the judges. And just like that, we're down to 1 minute left in the 5-minute, so that's it. That's all, my bout manager is asking me to spit. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. But yeah, I will say a lot of my stuff is long-winded and it will go over the probably 30 seconds that we have left. So, all right. I do want to take some notes. All right. I'm going to take some quick notes. Oh, and just like that, it is the time to start again. All right. I do want to confirm that I do have St. Louis Poetry Slam's next poet that they will be sending up. But I do want to make sure that we have our judges because it is time to get started. So no, I will not spit. However, maybe I'll spit in a cipher or something, because that's what the echo is for too. You know what I'm saying? Like we want to jump in that echo and do the things. Just saying. All right. So that's enough of me just saying weird things and filling in the time. How do we get into the echo? You do have to download the software. There is a handy dandy link that is escaping me right now. However, I do have it. It is, it's like the tournament information. You would think that I would know it offhand, but I do not. Oh yeah, it is the tournament updates and tournament like bout schedule, tournament week ahead. You can definitely go to the blog and find it there. And my wonderful tech support manager, Shadow, has dropped that link up in the Zoom chat for anybody who would like to grab it. So that's enough of me talking about the things. Judges, we got our cameras on. I got all of my judges here. All right, I see 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I do believe I saw, wait, 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. Okay, just got to turn on. All right, yeah. All right, are we ready to get, thank you, Jerry. Thank you so much. Are we ready to get this third round going? I think we're ready. All right, we're ready. We got our judges. Want to make sure. I think I saw Judge 3 walk away. Judge 4, are you there? Want to make sure you're there. And Judge 1 is there. We got Judge 5. Okay, there you go. All right, yeah, let's get it going. All right. Team C, St. Louis Poetry Slam. They are sending up J Love. Y'all clap them up to the virtual stage.
Hello. And then she said, write me a love poem. And I said, okay. Did you know Flint, Michigan still doesn't have clean water? You see how dehydrated bodies can be led in the water, but you can't make them drink. And she says, no, write me a love poem. And I said, oh, okay. My 15-year-old student brags about swagger and money and all the jobs he'll have to get that he reads at a 3rd grade level. His first employment application will be a bleeding thumb from a rose's thorn. He'll spill sharp shards of his heart across the education line and learn just how much love hurts. And hold on, let me get to that part of the love poem where red and blue lights silhouette black bodies that fold into their own shadows, where some blue blush and their silver sparks, and we spark while we blush in blue silver hearts. Silhouette red flowers soaked in black and mulch, and ain't that a familiar bloom? Daily blossom from headboards to headstones every week, because we weep over the wilting away of our loved ones. It's crazy how humanly impossible it is for all lives to matter when the target only seems to be people of tar, and they serenade the tar. Get used to the love affair. It's hard. All we do is mourn and tweet, like, favorite, retweet, hashtag, obituary, subtweet, protest, vigils, and identical pictures for the service and the in memoriam tea. Look, I could be writing lesson plans. Instead, I'm writing this eulogy. I mean, this love poem. And ain't that what you want? Another love poem, another sugar honey boo-boo, I adore everything about you monologue. Like all this momentary chatter can fill the silence black skin has after it's spread across the shoelaces of hatred. The next time loud music ripples in a puddle of iced tea and we whistle to the boom of a Skittle drop, and ain't that black? Or like a light Mike Brown, or like a hint of Freddie Gray, or is that just a little too Sandra Bland for your liking? But hasn't that always been a love poem? Have we ever changed the product from Jim Crow to the new Jim Crow? Don't we always end up shackled and caged, wasting away under the weight of another's weight since they packed us up and shipped us in our own waste? Don't we just be wading in the water? And ain't that shit muddy? And don't that dead man float look just like drowning? And can't I write about that beauty the same way I write about your smile? Or how your eyes light the skies even while others get darkened? Or how a hijab hugs the heads of brown girls the same way I hope to hug you, bold and unapologetic? Or you can write about the curves of your body and how a black body curves into the pavement when it does the dance of oppression. And ain't love like freeing the oppressed anyway? You see how professing love and protesting injustice look like identical shell cases? Don't we be open? Don't we spill for both? If we find something that takes our breath away, doesn't that garner at least a love poem? Thank you.
All right, y'all clap it up for J Love. All right, just waiting for the time to come in. Oh, we do have one score that came in. All right, waiting for the time. All right, time is 2:56. I got 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4 scores. 4 scores. Wait, 1, 2, 3. All right, we got 5. All right, from low to high, we have a 9.4. We have a 9.5. We have a 9.6. We got a 9.7 and a 9.8 with a total score of 28.8. Clap for the poet, not the score. Let us know how you feel in the chat. All right, Team D, Secret City Slam. Who you sending up? All right, y'all welcome Quinn to the virtual stage.
Hi. 4 things feminists are tired of hearing. 1, you're a feminist? You must hate men. As a feminist, I do not hate men. I just hate male privilege. The fact that a man can get paid more and laid more than me causes me to be upset, but I digress. I do understand God did create woman from man, flesh from flesh, bone from bone, a partner to Adam. But nowadays, it seems as if our body has become more like product for consumption, and we are forced to do anything without consent, and we refuse to cry. We refuse to yell, because we know when we cry, when we yell, hurricanes will rise, tornadoes will flood, so we sit unsmiled too. You are such a pretty girl. Why don't you smile more? I will smile more once the stench of misogyny is no longer in the air I breathe. I will smile more once men begin to understand that no means no. No matter how tight this skirt hugs this waist or how many drinks I take, I will smile more once men begin to understand that yelling, "Hey, yo, baby," from across the street is not translation for "I would like to get to know you, so I can't smile." This resting bitch face has to be as cold as my heart is nowadays, because let's be honest, bitches get shit done. We bark, we bite, we are the cookies, we are the buttercups. We understand that smiles are reward only given to select few, so we keep them in our back pocket for safekeeping, because nowadays everybody's trying to take what is ours. Like 3, she was wearing that. She drank that. That means she was asking for it. Women's bodies are not encrypted in Braille as if we are to be touched to be understood. I would say rape culture is telling my brother to go sow his royal oats and I have to put a coat on over my dress. Rape culture is when a little child asks for a nightlight to keep the boogeyman, their auntie, their uncle away. Rape culture is forgiving and forgetting that Bill Cosby is not the same as Flip Huxtable. Rape culture is still playing bump and grind at the family function because bump and grind is the American classic. Rape culture is the American classic. How sick. As a nation, we blame women for wearing short skirts, but not men for putting their hands down there. How fair. As a nation, we want women to erase a culture that they didn't even create in the first place, but nowadays, everybody's trying to put us in our place. Like 4, why don't women cook anymore? I will learn how to cook once my man can learn how to build me a house. As a woman, in the beginning, Eve was never created with the oven. No. Eve was never created for flexibility with easy loving. No. Eve was created as partner. And that is all that feminism is about. Thank you.
Y'all clap it up for Quinn. All right. Time on that poem was 2:37. Now we just got to hear from our judges. Let's see what they got. All right. We got 1, 2, 3. We should be a pro at this. We should be a pro by now. 4 and 5. All right. Got 5 scores. All right, let's do it. From low to high, we have a 9.6. We have another 9.6. We have a 9.7. We have another 9.7 and a 9.8 with a total score of 29 even. Clap for the poet, not the score. All right, y'all. All right, Detour Slam, Team A, who you sending up? Nick Corman. All right, y'all, clap up Nick Corman to the stage.
Mike check. Mike, can you hear me?
Sound good.
It's a hard pill to swallow when the promises made to your people were baseless and hollow. When you're guilty before you see trial, you can't commute these sentences because every day is death row. And this country's response to our blackness might not allow us to see tomorrow. They figured that since we've immortalized Tupac, we have an infatuation with death row records. But on the contrary, there's a lot of innocent brothers on death row that have no records, yet no one cares. And although we enjoy cookouts and electric slides, they enjoy watching our bodies fry and cook out while sitting in electric chairs. To America, killing us is a Jan sport, so they send us backpacking before the Lord decides to call us home. And they play with us the way Coltrane played his saxophone and clarinet, which is why when they get their hands on our Rodney Reeds, they feel the need to lethally inject. So I attempt to vehemently protect and spit lines that frequently project truth and honesty, because honestly, I know America always has job openings for death row, and I know they want to hire me, which is where I spot the cruel irony in the Declaration of Independence. Because instead of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, we've been guaranteed death, bondage, and a state of hopelessness. I find it crazy how states like Texas will take a pro-life position and stand in vehement opposition when it comes to abortion, but not a portion of that energy goes towards trying to eradicate the death penalty. My skin makes me the enemy, so that's why I know the death penalty was designed in mind to be the end of me. Most of us wanted to see college, but America gives us the penitentiary, and that's been the American way of life since the turn of the 20th century. South Carolina gave the electric chair to a 14-year-old George Stinney without a fair trial or appeal. And to be real, when Georgia executed an innocent Troy Davis, they didn't conceal how this country feels, since they proved that he was just another nigger that America wanted to kill. Then Alabama traded in its statehood for a white pointed Make America Great hood and determined a black man's fate in a way that only a racist ass state would, when they executed an innocent black man that went by the name of Nate Woods. Because with so much drama in the USA, it's kind of hard when they oppress us each and every day. Because between 1973 and 2016, there were 156 people who were almost executed that ended up being let free. So I ask, who is America to decide who's worthy to live or die when they perpetrated so many atrocities they could make Satan cry? Welcome to death row. Thank you.
All right, y'all clap it up for Nick Corman. All right, we're waiting on the time on that one. Time is 2:23, and now we got to hear from our judges. All right, we got 2. All right, 3. Oh, okay. All right, 4, 5. All right. From low to high, we have a 9.2. We got a 9.4. We got a 9.5. And then we got a 10 and another motherfucking 10. Clap for the poet, not the score. All right, total score of 28.9. Now we can clap for the poet, not the score. All right. Just like that, we are down to our final team in the third round. Bama Slam. Who you sending up? All right, y'all. Y'all clap up Spectrum to the virtual stage. I'm gonna go away.
Mic test.
Good to go.
Okay. I tried to write a poem about OCD, but I just kept repeating the same line over and over again. that was a joke, by the way. I figured if everyone else can joke about OCD, I can too. And look, I get it. OCD is one of those things that sounds funny until you learn more about it. There are a lot of movies like that. And believe me, I've heard them all. I've read every BuzzFeed article about crooked picture frames and mislaid floor tiles with clever punchlines that feel like punches in my face. Inviting me to your house isn't going to make me clean it, and I know your secret. You don't actually have CDO. Well, that's OCD with the letters in alphabetical order. Get it? The truth is, OCD is simultaneously more painful and, yeah, more hilarious than you'll ever realize until you're awake at 3 a.m. trying to remember if you rolled up the car window you never rolled down, put away the milk you never took out of the fridge, unplug the flat iron you haven't used in 5 years, or murdered someone last week. I tried to write a poem about OCD, but I just kept repeating the same line over and over again. You see, OCD isn't the guy at the party who thinks it's clever to tell you that your DVD collection isn't alphabetized. OCD is the guy on Facebook who keeps trying to convince you that the COVID vaccine has a microchip in it. You can tell him you aren't interested in what he has to say, but all he's ever going to hear is, try harder. And OCD isn't an endless marathon of a show that you don't really care for, but watch all the same just to fill the silence. OCD is an infomercial. Each compulsion performed is a low payment of $19.95 in exchange for a few minutes of peace, and with it, your brain is like the QVC of horrifying thoughts. And OCD isn't riding the escalator all day at the mall, choosing to get on again and again. OCD is the first time you ever went through a revolving door at the age of 6 and got trapped by confusion in an endlessly moving cage where you could see your exit, but you couldn't find it. I tried to write a poem about OCD, but I just kept repeating the same line over and over again. And me, I'm not much of a counter, but if you want to talk numbers, OCD is the number of times per day I am afraid of who I am, the number of words or errant lines scrawled in blood on my skin, because my mind is telling me that if I punish myself enough, all of my bad thoughts, all of the alien parts of my brain will disappear and leave me alone. I tried to write a poem about OCD, but I just kept repeating the same line over and over again. It is every panic attack, every tear, every alternate reality where I exist in a monstrous form, unsure if I want to live or die, and that is the punchline. It's not crooked picture frames or mislaid floor tiles. It's me. And I tried to write a poem about OCD, but I just kept repeating the same line over and over and over and over and over again. And that wasn't a joke, by the way.
All right. All right. Y'all clap it up for Spectrum.
Oh, damn.
We still, yeah. All right. The time on that is 3:22. All right. All right. Definitely well worth it. That's what we like to hear. So definitely need to hear from our judges now. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Definitely worth every second. Worth it. Worth it. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. From low to high. We have a 9.4. We have another 9.4. We have another 9.4. We got a 9.9 and a motherfucking 10. And that gives us a total score of 28.7, but unfortunately there is a time penalty. So that would actually be a score of 27.7. All right. All right. I have to say the whole thing. You rap bastard, you ruined it for all of us, but it was well worth it. It was so well worth it. All right. One more time, clap it up for the poet and not the score. All right. And now we are down to our final indie for this bout. So without further ado, we are going to welcome them to the virtual stage. Y'all clap it up for Amanda Steeman.
Hello. Gray, foggy mornings wrap me in a warm blanket and leave me in bed. These postmodern panic attacks tell the truth about blues. There is an unbearable weight of hidden imperfection, so the sky grayed and wept, waiting for leftover light. Silence becomes the disease. We all live in fear. Face to face with ourselves, we are reflection. Tentative feet maneuver, marching in a silent protest. As children can see, not all angels walk the same, not in dark alleys. The sudden exits and entrances, its dark and quiet streets. To the Big Dipper, I sit naked in the hunt. A daughter of sorrow, silently, unnoticing, thoughts no one should ever hear. Drops strike stained glass as branches reach toward clouded light. Amen, the screaming. The moon removes its clothes and I slip into ocean skin. Blushing wildflowers paint these forgotten valleys the other blue. There is a fervent dismantling of things I didn't know I love. And in this chrysalis, singularity explores its own expansion. Raindrops quench yesterday's thirst, dancing wild with delusions. And before the doves, I want to taste the sun, painting in bold strokes. Thank you.
All right, y'all clap it up for Amanda Steeman. All right, waiting on, all right, the time is 2:03, and now we got to hear from our judges. All right, we got 1, a 2. All right, we got 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Waiting on the 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. All right. From low to high, we have an 8.4. We have another 8.4. We got an 8.7. We got an 8.8. And we got a 9 with a total score of 25.9. Y'all clap for the poet, not the score. We love our indies here. That's right. That's right. All right. Now we are down to our final round. So let's get into it. All right. Secret City Slam, Team D. Who you sending up? All right, y'all. Y'all welcome them to the virtual stage. Give it up for Black Atticus.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep, you're good.
When I first curled my toes around African soil, I wanted to play everything. From Eighth Flight to Thieves in the Night to It Takes Two to Make a Thing Go Right to Rapper's Delight, from Marley to Lee of Spike, from chess to soccer, from son to father. I wanted to chase the tail of the snake that mambas, to throw javelins at wild things that gave birth while running, to baby legs stumbling beneath heartbeats thumping, that baseline of all baselines vibrating through the waistline. I didn't want to waste time because some dreams don't last long, you know. So I began to spit prose through rows of griots in a language so old it felt new again. I felt tan-skinned drums sing new songs to my palms. I watched day break beats in and the Psalms and Shalams, and there was sky in my mouth and storms in my shoulders. Live a moment too timeless for minutes to play roll over. Can you hear me now? I am DJ, been nowhere, and I don't know why y'all so dreaming and happy and shit. It ain't like, all that knowledge of self and going back to Africa is gonna help you get this money, shawty. We gonna be here for the next 30 years, dog. Been nowhere, and I am dreaming of Africa. More like intergalactical travelers, the ones that like to bum a dime or two from you and tucking inside their shoes every time they tucking inside their shoes, and every time they make moves, their feet crack, bleed, bruise, and never heal smooth. That price you pay when you sway day to day, like mama used to say, without a clue, without a DJ clue, screaming no shit over ones and twos. The sister ain't no half stepping. I figure we better lace these shoes and face the blues that paid the dues for rock and groove, hip hop, remove two pockets, jewels, and proof through turbo. Even a mullet can look smooth. It's true. This buzz for you, so light it and keep it lit while we rerun hits on techniques that don't wobble when we party and bullshit and party and bullshit. I want to beat boy barefooted back to the basics where the paint around these faces will. Well, the teeth around this necklace will bear the tiger's name that ate the gazelle, that ate the quail, that ate the cricket and brought balance back to the morning. I am storming over you. I find most rap music boring. Dude, I've been freedom writing, freedom riding. I kissed my queen and woke up dying in that sweet land of Zion where the lamb eats lion. And the elders told me that I am the sun rays that break away and decay between the braids of the children who play beneath the limbs that bend and sway over MLK, that I am traveling waters and I splash on the shoes of our daughters who hopscotch harder because chalk lines are always hot around. Sons and fathers often slaughter within this path. Our math is chaotic, and it bitch slaps logic into nauseous with understanding of all the minions within our dominions, our various opinions blending into a page. At the end of the day, every rapper, preacher, speaker, teacher, poet is only trying to say, hey, I am afraid. And this is DJ Been Nowhere, and we are live at Southern Fried. Thank you.
All right, y'all, clap it up for Black Atticus from Secret City Slam. All right, the time on that was 2:56, and now we just got to hear from our judges. All right, we are just waiting to hear from our judges. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4. We got 4 and 5. All right, we're on it for this final round. All right, so from low to high, we have a 9.5. We have another 9.5. We have a 9.6. We have another 9.6. And we have a 9.7 with a total score of 28.7. Y'all clap it up for the poet, not the score. All right, we're going to keep this thing going. 3 more teams left in the final round. Detour Slam, Team A. Who you sending up? Groupies. Y'all clap them up to the virtual stage.
Mic check. 1, 2. Can you hear me?
Yep, you sound great.
Did you know?
In the United States of America, the average height for a woman is
5'4".
The average height for a man is
5'9". But the size really matter.
Yes. And today we woke up like this. Confidence. Tired of going unseen today? You gonna hear us long before you see us. These heels make noise.
And brothers that are short like me got some crazy insecurities because a sister might throw on some heels and make us look 5'3".
We're not trying to look down on you.
But it's okay if you do.
We just want to elevate the way you make us feel.
Far above average.
Even when my feet hurt, these heels made this outfit.
Made this attitude.
These heels made us audacious.
When a black woman wears heels, she does not need a reason.
But listen.
These ankles ain't 20 no more.
So when heels go on, they rarely even hit the floor.
So let me massage your feet and your legs. Why stand up when you can lay down on the bed and the both of your heels can be propped up on my shoulders and positioned behind my head?
Lord, laying on my back, toes pointed to the ceiling, I smile at the delightful debauchery these particular 6-inch heels are about to see.
Well, damn!
And there's no particular price or height that can confine the self-confidence of a sister that knows how to rock some heels. She does not need an excuse. Call these an ego boost.
So accustomed to bowing down and backing off,
taking on more dirty laundry, adding more baggage to our loads.
Because in these heels, we are redefined in each step.
So I am prepared to kiss the pedicure, the peep toe, even the stiletto
before saying hello.
And this is between you and me. But from childhood to now, I've always been obliged to reach up and climb a tree.
But you barking up the wrong one. If you thought. My feet don't hurt.
My pride ain't hurt.
I know they hurt.
When a black woman wears heels,
she snatches her power back and becomes one of America's Achilles' heels.
And I'm about to kill these heels.
So please let me pump you up and allow me to be your biggest hype man.
So I put on a pair of power pumps and had no choice but level up.
Because in them we have enough strength to drive continents apart or pull them together.
These highest heights be the statement that wearing heels is more than a fashion statement.
So as a black man, I may not understand the daily pressures of life that black women are pained with. So I'll sit back in amazement because these heels are about expressing the regality and power that black women were created with.
Because in these heels, we stand tall and together and above everything else.
Plus, it's way easier to reach that black girl magic on the shelf.
Thank you.
All right, y'all, clap it up for Detour Slam, this group piece. All right. All right, the time on that is 2:57. We got 1 judge, 2 judge. And we got 3, 4, and 5. All right, we got 3. All right, okay, all right. All right, okay. All right, okay. 4. Maybe a 5, maybe a 5th score. There it is. All right. From low to high, we have a 9.2. We have another 9.2. We have another 9.2. We have a 9.3. And we have a 9.7 with a total score of 27.7. Clap for the poet, not the score. Excuse me, clap for the poets, not the score. All right. All right, we are down to our final 2 teams in the final round. Bama Slam, who you sending up? All right, y'all, welcome them to the virtual stage. Y'all give it up for Sean Judah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello. Sweat, sweat, blood till you sweat blood. Sweat, blood till you sweat blood. Because I'm so not feeling like working. Salary or clock in, punch drunk, half an hour lunch breaks in. Oh my God, we're out of order, more toner for the copier. Obviously, there's a dress code of conduct. Look smart and play the role. But professional criminals in cubicles can't go unless you say, "Mo coffee, sir." So you spend 20% of the day pissing away decapitated deadlines and you ain't even trying to stay late. Then sacrificed your life serving a work release sentence of 7 to 3 equal 8-hour stretches for 2 to 4 years with the possibility of promotion for good behavior. Assorted flavors of cream are the hardest choice to make because you made your bed at daybreak, slapping the crap out of your overseer and swinging your arms to silence radio snow while searching for the snooze button. No break room, so employee fumes evaporate in a crowded office space, huddled around heated conversation pieces, flipping through take-out menus on the crapper and praying for emergency cell phone calls that you can't hear, but hoping for good vibrations. But boy, the beach is a million work week days away. And vacation space is limited to tenure, first come, first serve, and nothing rolls over. Gotta raise hell for a raise of 13 taxed pennies, and those bathroom doors never lock. So morning glories must fit in between self-motivation speeches, after showers, before starching the starch out of slacks and shirts just to sweat blood till you sweat blood. And I really don't feel like fighting to find space on the interstate. Waiting to make my move, snaking ahead 4 whole feet in front of the soccer mom who's calling in to say she's gonna be late, and stopping daycare age tantrums 2 rows back. Chilly morning, but the window is cracked so that her cigarette smoke only wraps itself around the child's face and then dissipates. Rubbernecking highway shoulders in a montage of automate car horns, maneuvering through motorists trying to get more bars, trying to secure that job for 2 more weeks of peanut wages. Gotta rely on CSI instincts to decipher facsimile pages. Cover sheet my ass. I'm not going back upstairs. I swear I can hear my muscles tearing. Workman's compromise won't cover insurance copay rates. So I need a second job of limited duty behind a desk in a closet filled with floor cleaning chemicals and half of a window to look at more bricks. Holiday party at my boss's house to see shit I can't afford to be late. Because she gives good gifts away early, and I ain't bringing nothing but an appetite. My hunger for job satisfaction, on the clock, online, filling out Windows applications, Windows qualified, but can only type 25 words every 2 to 5 minutes. So I'm reworking resumes and praying for a place to park, the reason I took the job in the first place. But the Joneses just got that V8 upgrade, so I Sambo shuffle in front of review boards for more responsibility and less respect, just to sweat blood till I sweat blood for a check stub. Thank you.
All right, y'all. Give it up for Sean Judah. All right. We are just waiting on the time. All right. Time is 2:56, and we've already heard from 3 judges. We just waiting on 2 more now. All right. 2 more judges. All right. 4. Okay. That's 1 more judge. 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, and 5th. We need our 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5th. All right. From low to high, we have a 9.4. We have a 9.7. We have a 9.7, a 9.8, and a motherfucking 10. It's my favorite thing to say when 10s happen in slams. With a total score of a 29.2. Clap for the poet, not the score. All right. We are down to our last team in the final round. Y'all welcome them to the virtual stage. Y'all put your hands together for Hams.
Hello?
Umoja. Our community needs to be rooted in more unity and free-form composure, so we don't implode from our own promoted overexposure. Shit, we could be like royal roses, rooted in concrete with the beauty of a geode, because we've grown from boulders. My flow could shower your mind with rains of gold for hours, just to quench the thirst of our soul that floats in an overabundant ocean of wokeness, because we are one soul, forced to consume and focus on the most vulgar of our own surroundings. And you wonder why we love to get high. Our soul fears the very idea of staying grounded. It seeks to reach the heavens because it knows that earth isn't the true space the spirit of mankind was founded, but we still made of it. Every single cell and every atom came from it. Let me explain something. I could pronounce pronouns like a progressive leftist, but I know through the Most High, I am blessed with encrypted protection. Therefore, I'll still use this archaic decrypted expression. Where is our unity? Eve. Stories of old blame you for humanity's mutiny, but you and I both slipped into the sunken place for sipping the tea. Why did only you get blamed? To then only be seen as an object of promiscuity. Ever since then, you've been seeking equal opportunity because the form of unity you seek, queen, is bigger than Latifah. It's more likened to the reign of the Queen of Sheba.
when she walked across the glass of King Solomon's palace and saw her true reflection, and they both submitted to be seen as equals amongst the anointed people. So where is our unity? The building blocks of life are made of atoms. Like Eve's was too busy building blocks between man and God to be the root of community, because where I'm from, a rib is a joke. Like a dude that get caught cheating but say he was just chilling and now he want his baby back. Eve being deceived by the serpent is the story men will use to believe that we can do literally anything and still get our lady back. Hey, auntie, I know I killed my girlfriend to get back into the garden. I mean, Wakanda. Killed Uncle James for betraying my father. Killed your son, and I would have killed your daughter just to soil the throne that our family's name has always been a part of. Because that don't kill me make me stronger, so don't push me. My name is my name because my hood be filled with killmongers. Saying hate to aunties grieving their funerals that they be the cause of. But she will still forgive him. Why? For the sake of unity. It's not her burden of prayer, so she will pray that someone will save him from black on black crime. That's the real form of coonery, and then maybe, just maybe, one day he'll forgive her for getting them both kicked out of the garden. But that will take some self-determination, because to him, a rib is just a joke that doesn't deserve to be taken seriously like unity.
All right, y'all. Give it up for Hams with a time of 3:08. All right. All right. We just got to hear from our 5 judges. This is your final score. All right. We got 1 judge. All right. Where y'all at? All right. Okay. All right. They're rolling in. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. We just need one more judge. One more. Maybe, yes. Maybe we'll get our 5th score. 1, 2, 3, 4. We just need the 5th one. There we go. All right. From low to high, we have a 9.2. We have a 9.3. We got a 9.5. We got a 9.7. And we got a motherfucking 10. With a total score of 28.5. Clap for the poet, not the score. All right, y'all. And just like that, bout's over. However, it is not over yet, because we have to announce our scores. All right. I do before I announce the winners and everything like that, I do want to say a huge thank you to our judges. Want to say a huge thank you to our bout manager, tech manager, scorekeeper, timekeeper, all of the managers and the keepers in this chat, our sacrificial poets, all of the teams that are up in here. Thank you.
Y'all, can we please make some big noise in the chat for our host, Steph Love? Because that was absolutely phenomenal. Thank you, everybody. I want to double up on all the things. Thank you for y'all patience teams, bout managers, judges. Thank y'all so much. This was a commitment that got a little longer than we expected to get y'all, but thank y'all so much. Seriously, we could not have done this without you, as you already know. And just thank you so much, team, seriously, for your patience. We appreciate you so much. Steph Love, you are forever in our debt. God bless you. And thank y'all so much for making this bout happen. There are so many little difficulties popping up, but we ran through it together, y'all, in true Southern Fried fashion. So thank y'all so much from the bottom of my heart for making this happen. Team, stick around.
Really forever in our debt.
We're in her debt.
I was gonna say.
Wherever the debt's got to be placed.
Look, I'm here to make the things go and to help, and I'm here. Like, we run into these things. I'm sure we all have ran into these things in our local slams, and we just got to go with it and we keep it moving. So we're a team and we're a family, and that's how we do. So that's how we do. All right.
Shout out Steph Love.
Yeah, thank you guys. All right, so are we ready to hear some scores? I think we're ready. All right. Don't forget to do the verbal confirmations. Oh yes, Slam Masters, stick around after I announce all the scores. All right, cool. All right, so without further ado, let's not keep everybody in suspense here. That's watching in YouTube land, maybe in the Echo and wherever else in the world. All right, with a total score of, hold on, I gotta make sure I'm seeing the things. All right, with a total score of 110.6. Y'all put your hands together, go crazy in the chat for Bama Slam. Woo! All right.
Go Bama Slam.
All right, all right. All right. And in third place with a total score of 112.1. Y'all put your hands together for Detour Slam. Woo, woo, woo. All right. Now, with a total score of 114.3, I'll clap it up for the St. Louis Poetry Slam team. And our winners for Bout 8 on day 2 of Southern Fried Poetry Slam, the 29th annual. Y'all clap it up for Secret City Slam. Great job tonight, you guys. Thank you so much. Now, again, Slam Masters, stay around because we need your verbal confirmations on the scores. We want to make sure that everything is good. All right. So again, congrats to Secret City Slam for taking the one. Congrats to all of our poets for spitting tonight. I also want to say shout outs to our indies. And yeah, and shout outs to you if you're watching from YouTube land and whatnot. So yeah. All right. And we need their authors as well. So Slam Masters, stick around. We're gonna ask you for the things.
Wow. That's
Gonna ask you for the things. And Shadow said to catch him in the Echo. I'm trying to go to the Echo too. I'm just saying, but I have to go downstairs to my other computer.
That's hilarious.
You are good to go, judges. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you so much, judges.
Too much.
I gotta use my other computer.
I was upstairs today, so I was like, you know what? I'll just
Wait, this computer is set up. I got it.
Right.
Transfer.
That's exactly
where my internet set up.
Right. That's exactly how that is. And if you guys are in the Southern Fried Poetry group, I did post a picture of Verbender's setup for our mic and our computer. It's on a cat tree. I am not ashamed. I am not ashamed.
It's on a cat tree? That's
on a cat. It's on a cat.
That's dedication. That's real dedication. That's what
it's like sitting up on a couple of books. We were using the things.
Hey, all the things.
Hey,
Real quick,
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. That's what it is.
Let's go ahead and get confirmation of everybody before we can let goats go. Teams, if you are good, indies, if you are good, please give us a verbal confirmation that you are good with the scores that have been put up tonight.
I am good.
I have a question.
Yes.
I had stepped away earlier when they was doing the judges spiel. Quick question: did any of the judges that we had judge any of the previous bouts that any of the teams have been in from yesterday, or was it
So they did judge previous bouts, but they should not have judged bouts that these teams were in.
Did anyone? I'm asking. I stepped out, so I'm asking. Did anyone ask to see if they did or they did not?
No one asked to see if they did, but no one said that those were judges that they previously had. And I also have them listed in the schedule, and I can reconfirm because that was like an hour and a half ago. But I'm almost like 99.999% sure that those were not judges that saw the same team twice.
Okay, is there any way just to make sure? Like I said, I'm fine with just as long as I know that.
Yeah, I'll give you the list of judges from. I think there was only one that judged yesterday, and that was Joe. Let me check.
The Joe was not in our bout.
Joe was in the bout with
Bama Slam is what I have.
Really romantic. So beautiful, you know.
Yo, this is so dope.
Bama Slam had Joe twice.
There are two different Joes though.
Yeah.
Let me
So there's no way of confirming which Joe was where?
let me
Bama Slam said yes, Joe was in their bout.
Yeah. I was in that bout and I remember Joe.
Oh, you remember that, Joe? Okay, then yes, there was an overlap of judges.
Right. So I feel a certain way. And the only reason I say that is because we all saw the judges, and I literally came forward to say like, hey, I put it forward that I know a particular poet, but if someone knew about that judge and didn't say anything, I feel like that could have worked in their favor. Not, but that's just my thought on it. You guys,
yeah.
And I feel like that's unfair. Like, I'm not trying to be that guy, but I've been to Southern Fried with a lot of y'all, and when we always talk about stuff like this. So when that happens, regardless of being a virtual space or not, that's one of the things that I think is like part of the honor, maybe an honor code, I don't know, but that just feels weird. Like someone knew there was a judge in their previous bout and didn't say nothing.
That's fair, LJ. I will tell you that I didn't realize that Bama Slam had seen them until it was mentioned just now.
Yeah. My thing was, as long as they don't have a personal relationship, like nobody hung out with each other, y'all ain't kicked it. And
I get that, but if they saw y'all judge, because they judged y'all bout previously, and like I said, I get it. Like, it's not about so much the loss. Like, the loss is a loss, but if we as people, as far as what we do, and we know there's been judges in our bouts and they're judging us again in another bout, that should be something said.
I agree.
Especially if y'all saw the judge.
Yeah, I mean, Bama Slam, is this something y'all were aware of before the bout started? And also, LJ, what can we do to help rectify it at this point?
I mean, at the end of the day, like, so Fayetteville last year, where was judges at one of our bouts that people said they knew when they went out and just tried to find judges? Like, I get the time and everything, and I get people want to get the slams done, but in the same sense, like that, at the end of the day, scores gonna be scores. I just feel like there's something that need to get addressed. It should have got brought up in the spiel, saying, "Hey, judges, have you been in any one of the bouts with the poets that's competing tonight?" And if people gonna do that, that's fine. If that's what y'all want to do, I just feel a certain way about that. Like I said, I am fine with every other score I got, but that was just something that made me want to ask. And the fact that now people said that they knew a person that was in there, I feel a certain way.
I agree with you, LJ. Jerry, I see what you're putting in the chat as well. It does happen all the time, but it is best to know in advance and let our poets know this from the beginning. If there is something deeper in there,
and that's all I'm asking. That's why I said, because like, if I came forth and knew there was a poet, even though I didn't slam, and told y'all, hey, as a slam master, I know this particular poet that's judging, but I asked y'all opinion, everybody was cool. But then another team sees somebody that's a judge that they see another bout, but that they don't want to say nothing. Like, it's like I said, it just feels a certain way. I'll get over it. I'm a grown ass man, but
let's take a moment. Let's take a moment and stop our YouTube stream real quick. I'm going to ask any judges to go ahead and step out as well. If you are a judge from this bout, please step out. If you are not a competing poet, you can please step out of this bout right now. I'm asking any judge who is in here now to please step out of the bout